Hello and welcome back to Life's Biggest Questions. I'm Ron Mackenzie Lafergie. For years, tales have abounded of a location on Oak Island off the coast of Nova Scotia, Canada, that contains a giant hole that's supposedly full of buried treasure. This hole, nicknamed the Money Pit, has been the subject of countless excavations where treasure hunters hope to find their fortune buried beneath the earth. But is there a money pit on this island, or is this big hole just a big joke? Let's explore. If you want more videos like this, check out our biggest debated topics playlist on the channel. Now get ready, it's time to ask the question, is there a money pit on Oak Island? The search for the money pit has been rather extensive, with millions being spent on a number of excavations ever since it was discovered in 1795. It was found when 3 teenage boys were exploring Oak Island. They began digging in a spot where the ground was sagging and found a 30-foot deep hole, seemingly man-made due to the wooden platforms found within. Years later, they returned with a funded expedition to search it in more detail. The continued search over the years has resulted in the death of 6 treasure hunters, and the only real findings have been things left behind by previous hunters. However, this lack of findings doesn't stop people from theorizing as to what could be buried deep beneath the ground on Oak Island. One theory states that the pit contains the crown jewels of France, which went missing in 1791 and were taken to Louisbourg, just north of Oak Island. This theory states that the jewels were taken to Oak Island for safekeeping, since the British often attacked Louisbourg. Another theory claims that it actually contained the original works of Shakespeare, buried by Sir Francis Bacon in the 16th century. However, this is based on a piece of parchment paper retrieved from the pit, which is far from conclusive evidence. The most widely accepted theory is that it was the hiding spot for Captain Kidd, the infamous pirate from the early 18th century. Many believe that he frequented Oak Island when looking to relax and repair his ships. It's believed that he may have built the money pit and even the complicated system of flood tunnels in order to protect his booty. Yarr! It could even be that this was all just a hoax, done for fun or in order to draw people to the island. Considering nothing of great importance has been found down there after years of study, and with today's technology, many believe that it probably doesn't contain the treasure of legend. However, the incredible effort made to construct the pit does seem to point to there being something valuable hidden within. And it could be that explorers simply haven't made it past what is largely considered a booby trap. This booby trap is in the form of flood tunnels, which supposedly connect the tunnel to the beaches, flooding the hole with seawater when explorers attempt to dig further. These have been the bane of many an expedition, with most hunters claiming to have dug to a certain depth only to be forced to stop when ocean water filled the hole from several directions. This is believed by some to be the reason no treasure has been found. It's assumed by many that the sudden rush of water is due to these flood tunnels, and their existence is a significant part of why people continue to believe there may be treasure there. There's no reason for them to have been constructed were it not to protect something valuable. The only problem with this is that these flood tunnels have yet to actually be seen, but rather are assumed to be there. If we haven't been able to find them or even work around them with today's technology, how were they built and utilized by people in the 1700s or earlier? This leads some to argue that these flood tunnels aren't booby traps at all, but rather natural fissures in the bedrock that allow water to flow through. And this does make sense, particularly given our inability to find the tunnels. If the flood tunnels did turn out to be natural, it would remove perhaps the most significant piece of evidence in favor of money in the pit. It should be mentioned that there were 5 box drains found under the beach at Smith's Cove on the east side of the island, found by the Truro Syndicate around 1850. Many believers point to this as evidence of a flood tunnel, claiming them to be feeders for the flood tunnel pumping water into the pit. But this is not conclusive evidence. The use of these box drains is not known for certain, as there are any number of uses for them. Many believe it's more likely that they were used to extract salt from seawater. And now we return to our question, is there a money pit on Oak Island? As usual with questions like this, we don't know for sure. Given the extent of the excavations over the years and the complete lack of findings, it does seem likely that there is no treasure there. It's possible that there is and it simply hasn't been found yet due to flood tunnels, or even that there was once treasure but it had since been recovered. But as of now, that sounds a lot like wishful thinking. Then again, maybe I'm just saying that so I can have the treasure to myself. It will be mine. All mine. Sorry. Thank you for watching Life's Biggest Questions. I hope this was interesting and informative, and maybe even inspired you to look into it further on your own. If you like this video, please thumbs up and subscribe to the channel down below. While you're down there, let me know if you think there's money down there, or if it's just wishful thinking. Until next time, I'm Ron Mackenzie Lafergie with Life's Biggest Questions, wishing you the best of luck on your quest for answers.